Guys, hey! Welcome back to Table Talk, the show where we answer your questions and topics you send us on Twitter using hashtag Table Talk. You post them on reddit.com/r/SourceFed. And now recently you can write them in the comment section of the video, of this video.
Oh
down below.
shit, that's
I know,
new,
right?
huh?
Frickin' it's the future, right?
Awesome.
With me, it's Sam. This is me. Hi, it's me, Sam. Today I got Mr. Steve Zaragoza.
Hi.
And a special guest, Mr. Tony Revolori. He's
Yay!
the actor. Yay!
I gotta be honest.
Did you like that intro?
I love that you're on this fucking show right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
I'm glad to be on it.
Listen, we were recording a little bit a while ago. We were like trying to get you on the show, and we were kind of talking a little bit on the Twitter.
Right.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Right. I do remember this.
Yeah. But now we finally have you here, and we're very
We figured
excited.
it
Finally,
out.
after all this time, yeah.
How you doing, man? What are you up to?
I'm doing great. I'm just I'm working as an actor does. Very
Yeah.
fortunately, not like many. And yeah, just working. I'd been doing a lot of car stunts for like the last
Car stunts?
Oh yeah.
How's that?
Oh yeah. I crashed.
Yeah?
Bad. I'm
you
not
okay?
Tom Cruise. I was like, I had this little
Oh,
bit and then
shit.
like a tiny little thing on my foot, but my co-star was like mildly kind of like had a like shoulder thing.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, fuck. And my knees like been fucked up since I was a kid, so it was like that got messed up.
Oh my god. So those myths of like the studios being like extra careful with actors are
Yeah.
untrue. They're just like, nah, get in that car and drive it.
I mean, studios, yes. Indie projects.
Oh, there you go. It's an indie film.
Indie
There you
It's
go.
an indie
Okay,
film,
so
so-
you guys know that movie that came out, Hardcore Henry? It's the first person
Yes.
point of view. Okay, we had Sharto Copley in for like a podcast thing, and he was telling us about, because they shot in Russia, so
Right.
basically everything out the window. You don't need
Oh,
to,
yeah, yeah.
nobody cares about anything.
No
And
permits.
because there's a shot, if you watch the trailer, so not really spoilers, but if you watch the trailer, I think the main guy jumps onto a van, and it has a sunroof. He's got a grenade, he pulls it, throws it in, and then he jumps, and it blows up underneath him, car flips, and he lands on the back of a motorcycle. So basically, recap, hops onto a truck, throws a grenade in, blows up, he flies up, lands onto a back of a motorcycle that someone's already riding.
Sure.
That was all real. Everything that happened in it, they
shit.
said
What?
yeah, the whole thing was real. All they did was add extra flames, and they sped up a part of it, and like kind of maybe put his hands in there.
Oh,
but
fuck.
the what happened was real. They had the car on a ramp, so it flipped, and then they actually timed him landing with like a crane and everything.
Holy shit.
It was mind
That's
blowing.
scary.
That was a
See,
blast.
that's like Tom Cruise.
That is like Tom
I'm like,
Cruise
I'm
level
good. Like, I'll pull an e-brake and slide the car. That's it.
shit. What kind of cars are you driving when you're crashing?
Ooh.
This was a 1994 Toyota Corolla.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
So not really meant for stunts or anything like
Hey,
that. It's just,
94 was a good
it's
year.
Like, it was one of our crew members' car too.
oh no shit.
So
Did you just
when-
like go for it?
She was like, she let us use a car, and it's supposed to be in this
What
like.
do you mean let you use the car? Like, hey, I
Did
got
she
my
know?
Oh,
What
she
crash
knew.
it.
Like, she knew like all the stunts that were gonna be happening, and her car was already like.
Oh, so she didn't
shit.
give a shit.
No, and then also if they broke her car, they were gonna fix everything. So she was kind of hoping.
Oh,
it
okay,
was.
yeah, it was like an insurance
And
thing.
so I accidentally like opened the door at the wrong moment while I was e-braking, and the door just flipped off. Oh. And I was like, no.
Oh, just from sheer force of
Just
braking?
yeah. Just because it was like spinning that fast, and we did like probably a couple of things, like spins.
That's incredible. That's so freaking
Is there
cool.
like a stunt coordinator that was like teaching
Yeah.
you how to do all this?
Well, see, I have a very good friend of mine is both a parkour artist and a stunt driver. So he was like, I'm gonna be your double. He's like exactly my height and
Oh,
whatever.
perfect.
And he was like, yeah, we're gonna have a camera inside the car. It's like one of those like small GoPros.
Sure.
And then also like a couple of big cameras on the hood. And they were like, we're gonna need you to spin the car because we're on YouTube. And they were like, I was okay. And it was supposed to like spin around just once.
No way.
What?
It didn't happen. The car's brakes fucked up, and it just like flipped
shit.
and kept flipping and kept flipping.
my God.
And it was like terrifying. And they were like, "That's it, we're done."
What are you thinking when you're in there and it's spinning?
Fuck. Because then this is how you know what you're worth. When like people run over to you and they're like, "Excuse me, are you okay?" Like, you're me, and they're like going over to the other guy. And he's like, sounds about right. Yeah.
That's
fuck
awesome,
this guy.
man. Oh well.
And of course, we're talking about Grand Budapest Hotel.
This
I'm a
is
star-
this is the
star
stuff.
stuff.
This is
The slope, the skiing. This is the part we're
that's
talking about.
it,
Yeah.
exactly. Even though that was like tiny little like miniature things,
Yeah, tiny little
tiny little toys.
I have to say, I'm nerding out because I fucking love Grand Budapest Hotel, and
Thank you.
I just absolutely loved your character in it, your performance.
Thank you.
Just I have to gush because what a fucking awesome movie. Owen and I love it. We talk about it all the time. We kiss each other while we watch
It's
it.
Owen.
Hi, Owen.
We touch each other's bodies while we watch it. That's how much we love it. Just kidding. We don't do that.
Hey, speaking of that, what do you think about this?
Well, let's find out.
Let's
Quick
do
question.
Richie Oliver at Deep Fried Sunday says, what Wes Anderson universe would you like to live in, i.e. Grand Budapest, Moonrise Kingdom, etc.? Kingdom.
Kingdom.
If you don't know, we launched these at the camera.
Oh.
These questions. It's high tech.
There you
Well,
go.
it's only, I mean, you go first, man. You're our guest.
All right.
Don't you dare say Grand Budapest.
If I did, I'd hate myself.
I mean, you could. I mean, what else?
No, I would probably either say Rushmore or Darjeeling Limited.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Those
Yeah.
are my two top favorite Wes Anderson movies.
So good.
So
I'd have to pick Moonrise Kingdom. I'd have to pick that little island. I have to, because
That's
it's so,
beautiful,
because it's
man.
like that
you can
weird.
go visit it.
I know. I
that's a
know,
real
yeah.
island.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a real island.
Yeah, I want to go there so bad.
It's so beautiful.
Uh-huh.
I like Life Aquatic a lot. That's my favorite Wes
Really?
Anderson film. Yeah, I
Really?
love it. Yeah, it's
I
weird.
never
that-
hear that.
It's neither do I, which is very strange. But I saw a screening of it way back when on my birthday. It was a screening. It was like a special screening.
Okay.
And I was dying to see it, huge Wes Anderson fan, and so it was such a special experience to see it unfinished with like temp music and everything. In that way, it just, I don't know, I think that day affected how I would feel about that movie for the rest of my life. I think.
Awesome.
It was a similar thing with me. I mean, Darjeeling Limited was my favorite overall because I have like 3 brothers. So it was like, that was like,
it's
the same
perfect.
thing.
Yeah.
Also, that shot on the train where they're running to get it. Favorite shot in any movie ever. But then I watched, then I worked with Jason Schwartzman on Budapest, and he was 15 when he shot Rushmore. And he was telling me about his experiences, which were extremely similar to mine, since I was
Yeah.
16 when I shot
Oh,
Budapest.
shit.
Wow.
And so, like, I was like, yeah, that's my new favorite. Watching Rushmore again, I was like, yeah, that would have
You
to
had
be my
like a
favorite.
kinship in that. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's
interesting.
incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love the Life Aquatic, kind of like the fantastical nature of it, because all these Wes
Just remembered
Anderson
something.
universes, they seem
Yeah.
like they take place in some sort of grounded reality-ish.
Uh-huh.
But like,
It's like-
Life Aquatic seems like it's fairy tale, more fairy tale than like the other live
Even
action.
Fantastic
Well, I mean,
Fox, right?
Fantastic
Yeah.
the Fox is
Yeah.
like, well, I heard the theory that like that was the book. Aquatic was a book that they read in Rushmore, and that's what like the story was based upon.
yeah.
And
There's
so
like
it's
a
like-
diving book that they read in
so
Rushmore.
that's what the like. It's
That's
like,
cool.
It's supposed to be the narration of someone reading the book, so it's a fantasy version of it.
I love that.
That's what I like. I
love
remember. I
that.
haven't asked Wes, but I should.
Yeah, just
That's cool.
hit him up. Just call him on the phone right now.
Literally,
No
if
big
you-
deal.
Oh, please call him. Oh, please call him. I actually heard the boat that they shot all of Life
Belafonte.
Aquatic. Yeah, it's for sale. You could go
Yeah.
online for like
Yeah.
$100,000, of course. But yeah, you have to like just throw that out there. It was like a military boat that they whatever and
Yeah.
like redesigned.
I might sound like a hipster when I say this, but listen, let's get a bunch of friends together. Let's buy the the fucking
Buy the
Belafonte.
train.
Let's buy the Darjeeling
Yeah.
train. Fuck Life Aquatic. Let's buy the Belafonte boat
Yeah.
and live on it.
Live on it.
Float on the ocean forever.
I
you
get
don't want
terribly
that.
seasick. So
So do I.
Yeah.
I'd be the
I think
worst
everybody
captain
here does.
ever.
That's awful.
Give me my Dramamine like M&M's.
I will say I do love when the intro for Moonrise Kingdom when they play the orchestra bits and they like the
Oh,
orchestra
yeah.
pieces the movie together. I watched that and then I realized, oh, movies can be really freaking cool.
Oh yeah,
No,
that
I-
movie
that
is
was-
like a symphony.
it's
The
like a
whole
little
movie is like a
It's,
symphony.
yeah, if you really watch it, the whole entire script basis is it takes one part and adds it just like the beginning
Ugh,
scene does.
beautiful.
It's so smart the way he does that.
Yeah.
And then with Budapest, he was a little less. He just made it. The aspect ratios changed.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
like
All
that.
the different time frames and stuff.
Which was
love
difficult for us because like shooting on those frames, he wants everything
Symmetrical.
exactly symmetrical. One time our camera messed up and we had to stand sideways to look straight. And it's a scene where we're looking at the painting, so everything in that room is like propped up sideways.
that. No way to
Everything
match
to
it later.
match it to make it look straight. Yeah. So like all the like pool tables are under books. Actors had to stay like this. Paintings had to be turned.
No way.
Everything.
That's crazy.
And it's like just his. He's like, nope. we don't have a second camera. You gotta fucking do it. Like, you just see Ray Fiennes and me just like sitting like this, standing, saying our lines.
That's amazing.
And we're just like trying to
Let's
hold
go
on.
watch it again and figure out
Try
that
to find
scene.
that shot. Yeah.
That shot, yeah.
Is he a maniac person? I mean, he's just a genius. Like,
He's an absolute. He's like the sweetest person, and like as an actor, he's a very actor's director. So you like, he's fine. He wants you to stand here, then look here, then look there, then do that, then say this, then do that, then look here, eyes up, eyes down, and then it's like you got to remember all that.
So it's like just blocking.
It's like
like
stop,
dancing.
stop.
Yeah.
Blocking is like his vision, and that's it. But like your actual performances, he's like, I'm gonna let you
Oh,
come up with
shit,
it.
that's
It's like a
cool.
very unique thing, and he's like open to suggestions. He's not tyrannical how people think he's.
Yeah, it would seem like because everything's so perfect.
Well, because after he did Fantastic Mr. Fox, he started making, what do you call it, animatics,
Yeah.
which is like storyboard animations, and cut the whole entire movie. So then he gave it to the actors, and we would just like watch it and be like, all right, so, we have 15 seconds here to run across the thing just like in that thing, because he's going to cut it this exact way.
Oh, so he
Whoa.
knows
Oh,
exactly.
he knew everything. He knew how the movie was going to be edited, everything.
That is insane.
So there's
Yeah.
like
That's
a
beautiful,
version.
though.
Well, I mean, you got to do that for animation. So for Fantastic Mr. Fox, that's what he did, and then he just kept doing that for Moonrise and Budapest.
We watched like the behind the scenes when they shot the full movie of Fantastic Mr. Fox with the actors
Well, I had
in
heard
like
that he
in
had
like his
done-
backyard or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
I had
yeah.
heard that because of the frustrations of like stop motion animation, like he kind of like made a version of the movie with himself acting out all the different characters. I'd heard about that, but I just didn't know to what
Oh, no.
extent it went.
Oh yeah, and in the animatics, it's all his voice.
that's so.
So it's
cool.
like he's
I
saying
love
every
it.
single line, and it's amazing.
If you wouldn't mind.
That's
If I don't
genius.
mind,
Because
sure.
we could talk about Wes Anderson for
Oh,
hours.
And we're not gonna let you go home. 'Cause that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, Dominic at Backthorn. What has been your favorite and worst experiences vacationing?
Oh, best and worst vacation stories. Okay, I know my worst right off the bat.
Go for it,
Do you know
baby.
go for it.
Oh yeah, so we went on a trip to Hawaii when I was a kid, and we went there, and like
Doesn't sound so bad so far.
I know, right? And then we were actually like we got like little gifts, like when you would like stay at this hotel with like the thing that you won. So we got the whole family got massages, and I've never had a massage before. I was like a kid, so I was like, oh, we had to get a massage. But that morning, I was like, and I'm gonna go get a tan. I'm a dumb kid, didn't put anything on, was severely sunburnt. Like, severely.
How old were you?
I was like 9.
Who
Like,
allowed that? Who allowed that?
I went out by myself. I was an idiot. I went out by
you went
myself.
out by yourself?
I
As
went
a
out
9-year-old?
as a
I'm
9-year-old.
gonna get a tan. Hook me up.
Okay, if I could show you a picture of what 9-year-old Sam looks like, he's a beanpole. Like you can see all his ribs. Like he's like, because if he would eat everything, but nothing would happen, he would just stay skinny and pale. So I'm like, if I can at least be skinny, I'll just be tan too if I can. But I was
Let's
red.
cut to a clip.
Let's cut to a clip. There it is. But no, I was like.
Is it just that over and over?
think
Over and
so.
over and over. It's a
That's
gift.
amazing. I love
Yeah, but I was like, my scalp was red, everything. And I went in and they like gave me a massage and I didn't want to say anything, but eventually
it
like,
hurts so
I was like,
bad.
you know, in movies where like people are like trying not to like show
Yeah.
pain, but I was like silently crying to myself as I was
no,
getting a
Sam,
massage.
because it hurt?
It hurt so bad, and I left.
no.
And then like I like when I
Oh,
walked,
no.
I remember
What are you
walking
doing,
back
man?
to my hotel and I couldn't like bend my knees because the back of my knees were burnt. I was an idiot. Worst vacation
Wait,
experience.
this is borderline child abuse.
No, it's not.
Like, where
It's self-inflicted torture.
There.
You're 9. You're 9. Where are your parents that are like,
They were
where are you
asleep.
going for the next 2 hours?
I was asleep.
I'm gonna get a tan, then I'm gonna put 500 on red, then I'm gonna get rent a car. And
What was
drive
your worst or best?
yeah, you go, because I can't.
I've never
You're
really been on an
frustrated.
actual vacation. Like
Ever?
I've only traveled for work. So I've been pretty much everywhere you can think of, but like not on vacation. But
Like, what about like? Have you ever traveled somewhere and then you've gotten like a day to like do whatever you want?
That counts.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I have, but like I usually spend it in my like room, just like studying my lines for the next like day.
Yeah.
But worst, like, I guess, experience outside of the U.S. or just like outside of California for me was in India. I was shooting a movie, and if you're going to India, don't try the street food. Don't.
Oh,
try
really?
this.
Not even as like a. I
No,
gotta
no,
try
no,
that.
no, never, never. My dad's like, born and raised Guatemalan. Over there, he's like an OG, third world stomach, can handle pretty much everything. Ate the street food and he was like, oh man,
Oh,
I don't feel good. Me trying it, I was out for 3 days. I was like, nothing was in. I just could not eat anything.
Both directions?
Both ends.
All
Yeah.
three.
Both
yeah.
ends.
All four of them. What are the other ones?
It's like, and the thing is, like, I was shooting a movie and we had like a tight schedule, so I would have to be like laying down in a bed. Then they'd carry me to set. I'd act. Then they'd carry me back to
No
bed, and I just like
way.
lay down. And this is like me. There was this Indian
Why?
movie where I had to learn how to speak Hindi. I'm not Indian in any way, and I just had to learn the language phonetically. And I'm like saying it while like throwing up, and it's terrible.
And the director's just like, yeah, no problem, let's just do
yeah,
this.
yeah, no problem.
What
We'll
kind of
ADR
round-
this shit.
Wait, so can you watch that movie now and then look at yourself and be like, that was so... Like, can you tell you were sick when you watch it? Like,
I watched the movie. I watch every movie I do once and then never again.
okay.
I don't watch myself.
All right,
I
that
get super
works.
overcritical.
At least you're not like, I've heard of actors that just, that's it. They shoot the
Yeah.
movie and they're done.
Oh yeah, no, like Jared Leto, he won't go to do ADR because he's
crazy.
like, no, I'm not gonna see myself.
I mean, whatever, you gotta respect the
Got
craft.
it.
Yeah.
But like, can you tell? Like,
I mean, can you like say that?
Method.
whatever. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's
True.
different, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll poop and not look down at my poop afterwards, even though you're supposed to look at it. Right?
You're
after.
always supposed to look at it.
You're always supposed to
Is
look
there
at
a
it.
rule?
Well,
When
I
was
mean, you
the rule
should. You gotta make
established?
sure
You
you're
gotta
healthy.
make yes.
That's
it's
how you
like
know
the
you're
coloring.
healthy. Yeah.
One time I ate half a tub of red vines, and that was a scary time.
Yeah, that must have been a scary
That
time.
was scary. I called
Scare
my
for you.
parents. Yeah, and I was real scared.
Beats,
Beats,
dude.
beats you so bad.
I'm dying.
What do I do with this?
Fun thing.
Launch that
Okay.
baby.
Go ahead and put it on the button.
Okay.
Then go ahead and pull it back and aim for that
I've
camera.
talked about my worst fucking vacation experience already.
But
I
we
went-
don't know it.
I went to like. I had like crippling anxiety.
Okay.
I didn't want to fly. It was like my second time flying anywhere in the world, and I was afraid of flying. And I was like fucking nervous wreck the entire time. And then like my ex-wife was like vomiting everywhere.
Oh,
And it was just
no.
It was a goddamn nightmare. That's the super short version.
I feel like
because
we
I've
talked-
told this story like 100 times. I feel like someone would probably be able to match it all together.
Yeah,
There
they
you
can
go.
cut it together from other table talks.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your best one?
My
Mike?
best
yeah,
one?
because we said a
Oh,
word.
yeah,
There's
no,
gotta
I
be a
was
good
gonna
one.
Oh, that would have to be, not to come back to it, but like I was traveling. So Wes never flies. He's absolutely terrified of flying.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Ooh, how do you get anywhere?
Trains. He is like he goes by train and by boat. So when
he
we
does
were
both,
doing
yeah.
our press for Budapest in
Oh,
Europe,
shit.
we went through train the whole entire, and it was like the most beautiful thing. Just
that's
seeing all
cool.
that, every night he would have like wines and cheeses there and crackers, and it was fantastic. And we were going through like Prague and Denmark, and finally we ended it at like Amsterdam, and all of us just walking down the red lights district together. It was the weirdest
really
thing
cool. Wow,
in
that's
the world.
awesome.
Just because it's like it's like, come here, honey. And it's like you got such an auteur director there, and you're like,
Like slip you some like coins. Go for it. Have a
Have
night.
fun, kid.
Have a night.
What about you?
I
gotta
don't
have a
know.
good
I
one.
mean,
Come
I went to
on.
New Orleans once, and that was a nice time.
Don't oversell it.
I mean, I don't know. I can't really. Most of the like
Did you
the.
do things there, or was it just the airport?
How about this? My trip to Vancouver through SourceFed was amazing.
That might be one of my favorite trips.
Oh man,
Ooh,
Canada's
Vancouver,
great.
never
Yes.
been to Canada.
They shoot so many
favorite.
movies in Canada.
I
I've
know.
never been to Canada.
No, I've never been
It's
to
so
Canada.
cheap.
Man, I shoot always in Europe and in LA
Those
or
flights.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Everything's
that
in
makes
Atlanta.
sense.
And have you ever shot in New
Everything.
Orleans? They shoot a lot there too.
They shoot their laws have changed with like tax incentives, so now it's
Ah.
like everywhere in New Orleans is moving to Atlanta. Same with like North Carolina and all that.
That makes
so
sense.
Atlanta's just
That's kind of
Shit.
cool. I would have to say, I think Vancouver is up
So
there.
beautiful,
Because
yeah.
that was one of the coolest
Love
trips
Vancouver.
ever. But I think when I was younger, we went to Vancouver, then we went to Whistler where they had the Olympics like 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know how it works. And then Victoria, which is a little tiny island, and there was like a gigantic garden that's like 5 miles wide, and like you can just walk around, and it's like gardens from all around the world. It's super nerdy. But when you walk around there as a kid, you're like, cool, and you can like play with the animals that are there and the bugs and like
As a kid.
Yeah, you were there last week, Sam, walking around the garden.
19. I'm sorry. I enjoy foliage.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
You little honeybee.
Okay, I got one. Kevin K at my new character from Twitter writes, if you could freeze time, Clock Stopper style. Do you guys ever watch Clock Stoppers?
No.
Isn't that the one like Disney movie or Nick movie?
Yeah, it's a Nick movie. Yes, I watched. Thank God somebody knows what that is. Have you seen
was
it?
that a Disney Channel movie, or
It was
did that
a
go to the
Nickelodeon.
movie?
It was a Nickelodeon movie.
Was that
Yeah.
in the
In
theaters?
theaters, French Stewart.
Yeah, right. It was like around that time. It's like, do you guys remember Agent Cody Banks?
I remember Agent
Yeah.
Cody.
Right? It was like
Yeah.
that same exact time.
That was a good time to be alive. But if you could freeze time, Clock Stopper style for 24 hours, what would you do?
That's a long time for a time to be frozen. Holy shit.
See, I would want to like keep turning it on and
Right?
off.
That's the
I'd
point.
be like, ha ha ha.
Let's
But
see what I
speculation.
do.
You
Yeah.
get 24 hours, you can do anything. Now, I believe in Clock Stoppers, they couldn't use cars, so you're just kind of bound to wherever you are
They
when
couldn't
you
use
stop.
cars?
No, because you have to make the
So
car
can-
move when time stops moving. I don't know how they.
Can
it's
you
a
like
movie.
plan ahead? And
Yeah, you
just
can plan
like,
ahead.
Okay, you can plan ahead where you are.
Yeah, plan ahead where you are. You can be anywhere. What are you gonna do for 24 hours? There's a lot of planning that goes into this. I already know.
I don't know.
I
This
already
is a
know.
tough one.
I already
Maybe
know.
I'd use it to severely fuck with somebody.
Just one
Like, I'd be
person.
like talking to someone and be like, hey man, I bet you I could get a German cuckoo clock right now. Like, I could just do that and have a German, like, legit, giant, intricate German cuckoo clock. And he'd be like, yeah, right, asshole. I'd be like, just wait and see. Clock stop. Then I'd go to Germany.
But that's like 24 hours. And how are you gonna get to Germany?
It's like, oh shit, you can't take a plane or
You
anything?
can't take a
No,
plane.
at
they
the
don't
most
move.
you got a bike.
Nah, shit.
Yeah, like you can take a bike.
Then I go somewhere in LA that sells German cuckoo clocks. It still work, right?
Yeah. I already had this planned out. You go to Florida, you go to Cape
Wait, so you're
Canaveral.
already there.
I'm already there. I plan
You're
ahead, go to
already
Cape
there, okay.
Canaveral, and I sneak into NASA. Is that where NASA is? Cape Canaveral? Let's
Well, you
pretend
can go to
that's where it is.
JPL, too,
JPL.
here in
I
Pasadena.
want a spaceship.
You want to go to the legit.
I want a spaceship, and I want to go around and play with the rovers. I want to go play with all their moon rocks. They
But
gotta
would,
play
would
moon
they
rocks.
work?
Yeah, I mean, they'll touch them. Basically, I'll
You
ride
can mess
on it.
around with all that stuff?
Yeah, it's time's
You can
frozen.
Talk about the worst place to fuck with time. Because as soon as you're done, they're going to be like, okay, someone was in here fucking with time. And they'll be able to check it out and know
Wait,
who
they
it was.
say there's someone that fucked with time?
Yeah,
That's
some
the-
scientists
that's
would
the
be like,
words that are gonna come out of a
someone was
scientist.
fucking with time.
Fucking with time.
That's the quote. Bill Nye's there. He feels like a tingle go up his spine. That
Everybody,
something happened with
quiet.
time.
Someone was fucking with time.
What guy?
See, like, I don't know what I'd want it. It would just be like someone I would mess with someone.
Right? That's the only thing you could do.
Right? I mean, if I can't like keep clicking it on and off and
Yeah.
it's just straight 24 hours, I'd be bored as shit. for
Yeah,
those
it's
24
so
hours.
boring because you're
Like-
alone.
Oh, it's just 24 hours.
Yeah, but like technically you're aging, right?
You
Yeah,
are
you lose
aging.
one day, but you get to do whatever you want in that day.
Yeah, there's no
Rob-
benefit to
rob a
this, I don't
bank?
think.
I don't
Well,
think
you
so.
can rob a bank,
Rob
I
a
guess.
bank.
Yeah.
What are you gonna, but you get caught right away.
I'm not very good at those things.
Robbing
Yeah.
banks.
Yeah,
Never
you tried it. I would maybe go to Disney and go on their rides. Could I
No,
use
but see
their
what
rides?
would they
They
work?
don't work.
That's the thing.
Shit.
See, it's,
Yeah.
it's like
Here we
pointless.
go.
Well, I would
Perfect.
take selfies with the pirates and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, here's the cool thing. If it's time's frozen, you can walk on the water.
That's
You
what I
go
was
over
about
it.
to
Oh,
say.
that's
There
kind
you
of
go.
cool. That's cool.
I
know
would
what?
love to just walk on, or you know what I would do is like take one of those spaceships that go up and like go down to like create 0G.
Oh, there you go.
Stop it at that moment and just
Oh,
have an
and be-
hour, like 24 hours of 0G, and kind of just feel like an astronaut. Does.
That's kind of cool.
right?
I
Okay.
think that.
So I'm gonna executive decision. I'm changing the question. Okay, you can have full control for 24 hours. You're allowed to use it whenever you want. Stop.
Full
start,
control
stop,
of time?
Stop,
Oh,
stop, stop,
okay,
whenever
yeah.
you want. Now what do you do?
Oh, I'm such an
Ooh,
asshole.
now- yeah, you
I'm
do.
winning every card game I'm playing.
You go, that's so lame.
No, I'm going to Vegas and I'm like cleaning out hotels.
Right? It's gotta be Vegas.
Cleaning out
Yeah,
casinos.
There's no way to prove that you're.
Although Vegas is another place where someone's like, someone was fucking with time.
they have one of those guys in the security room. He's like, "How's time doing? Is it okay?"
Yeah,
He's
time
like,
okay?
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you know what? It's fine. So far, hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a big sign that says days since someone fucked with time. It's like
What is that one movie with what's his name? Nicolas Cage, where he does that, where he's able to tell the future.
Oh, it's called Next.
Next.
It's called Next. I've
Next?
seen
Is that the Adam Sandler movie with remote control?
Click.
That's Click.
Yeah. A lot of
Same
one-word
principle.
ones. Yeah.
Same
Well,
principle.
yeah.
He is like he sees the future and then like, but only like 10 or like a second
He's like,
ahead.
yeah, 5 minutes or something like that. So he's like constantly ahead of anyone he knows.
Yeah, he does-
Right? Like, how great is that?
Yeah.
I would love that power.
What's the drawback? What's the negative part in that?
And there's no negative drawback. I mean, it's not like as great as like being able to tell all the
Sure.
future, but you can tell like 5 minutes into like you can like go up to like Jennifer Lawrence and be like, hey, that's not gonna work. All right, great. Let me try like a
Yeah, you have
million
every
He does
different.
that in the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he does that
So-
Jessica Biel. I know that movie way too. I know the whole movie right on the back of my hand. I know
I think
everything.
I could benefit more greatly from a Groundhog Day situation, I feel like.
No, no.
You don't think so?
No.
What's the theory? How long does he live in that
It's supposed to be
goddamn
like, it's like a
hellscape?
century, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I
It's
know
like
it.
1,000 years, something like that.
It's so sad.
Anywhere from 10 to 10,000 years.
Oh my god! What point
You
does your
would
brain
say-
just not turn to mush?
At what point do you like come up with like new ways to like kill yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did it. He did
He
it.
killed himself so many times.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so many times.
Oh.
It'd be
it's
kind of
such a good
fun
movie.
to know that you. But how would you know if the next day wasn't the one where you
See, I would do it at say like the Met Gala or somewhere like the
that's
Oscars.
cool. That's
because then
cool.
you're like constantly meeting these people and you're like you can just learn new things about them
okay.
every day.
I dig that.
Right? And it's like all these interesting people that you admire and you'd be like, yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, then
I'm
you'd learn
still
everything
doing-
about them.
Yeah.
I'm doing the space thing still. I'm gonna go NASA.
Oh, with
Fucking
the time-
space,
when
huh?
it goes up, no, if it's not time stop and I can just do a Groundhog Day type thing, I'd go up into space. Every single time. How cool would that be?
You would
Go
be
to
bored of
space?
it.
I go to
Yeah,
space.
you would be bored of it.
I could choose not to go to space, but then another day I wake up, I'm like, I can go to space
I mean,
today.
like, I just have the theories, like, what happens if he doesn't go to sleep? Like, so far in the movie, it never
I
shows,
think
like,
he tried that, didn't he? And then
no,
he like
he tries that, but then he fails, so I'm like...
because he
you-
falls asleep anyway.
He falls asleep
Yeah.
anyway, which is bullshit. So like, I'm like, get a bunch of coffee and Red Bull and see
And
what
just
happens.
stay awake
Yeah.
forever.
Stay awake, like, see how long, like, if that breaks the chain.
Yeah, actually, I wonder if he tried that.
I don't know.
That movie's a bunch of bullshit.
And with
they
that,
didn't go through all possible outcomes. I'm sick of these
that's
movies.
the sequel. Don't worry. They're
They-
gonna
Groundhog Day
that's
2?
the
They'll
sequel.
remake it or
Groundhog Day
something.
2 and Clockstoppers 2. That's what
we do
everyone's been
another one,
asking
or we
for.
did?
Oh no, we're all good. It's time for the best segment of this show.
Good, because I gotta poop.
Table talk takeaways. Owen's gonna get prepped really quick. But in this segment of the show, we talk about what do we learn during this episode of Table Talk, and it's through all the questions. Think back. Oh, he's gonna keep saying no. Oh, and is there a Sophia over there? Zach, if they could hand me that one thing really quick, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. Oh yeah, could I get a thing? I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, go ahead. No, it's okay. Don't worry.
Is this
Don't worry,
food
guys.
from India?
No, it's a happy
From the
birthday
streets of India?
present for Tony.
Oh, is it your birthday?
It was 4
Weeks
days
ago.
Wait, really? Oh, am I really that lucky? I was just giving you a generic birthday present for any birthday we ever missed.
Oh,
From everybody? Yeah. It's a new bit.
You're supposed to take the
I
price
don't
tag
know.
off before you
Here-
before
Somebody ran out and got it for me.
Somebody
But with that, Steve, would you mind taking it away with the table talk takeaways?
Oh, sure.
While you eat some cake. Here you go.
Is this my camera?
There's your camera.
I
right there.
appreciate this very
Is my
much.
camera?
I hate that I have to be the asshole who says I'm allergic to chocolate.
Oh, Steve, it's Steve's birthday.
Wait, what just happened?
He's allergic to chocolate.
Do I eat while I talk about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Well, what can I say? I mean,
God, this is like Mr. Rogers.
you know, birthdays, they don't come around every year, so when they do come around, you gotta make the most of it. You know, having Tony here as a guest, I think was pretty amazing. I mean, we kind of talked on Twitter a little bit about him coming here, and we love Grand Budapest Hotel over here a lot, so it was kind of a big deal to get him on here. So the fact that he was here talking a little bit about Wes Anderson and talking about his, you know, how cool he is, and eating cheese on a train, and I love that. So that is all, yeah.
That was all good. That was all good. No, Tony.
What did I
To
learn?
camera. What
Oh,
did you
shit.
learn? Oh, what? Yay!
I learned that Owen is a great piano player.
Aww.
Thank you, Owen.
Thank you, Owen.
That's the only takeaway you had to say.
Well, I also learned that I would want to like fly into space. I found that stopping, time for a certain moment is bullshit. And also that people like me for some reason.
Yay! That's wonderful.
Yay.
Wonderful.
And mine is that I may I have
May I feed you? I wanna feed
kind
you.
of a bit. Guys, this has been one of the most fun table talks I've ever been on. I'm gonna be completely honest with everybody on the table. Can I have another piece?
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
coming, it's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. I don't remember a goddamn thing we've talked about this entire time.
Is that what's in the cake? Is that what makes it special?
Oh my god. Guys, thank you so much for watching Table Talk.
Do you not have diabetes yet?
Wash it down with a refreshing
That's how they got the Minions' voices. They just stuck a bunch of cake.
Sam, I loved it. I loved everything you had to say about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I like
Thank you.
that.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Table Talk. Make sure you send your questions on Twitter. This is so disgusting.
He's
and I
got
hope-
so many manners.
I have
Like,
so many,
covering
thank you
them
guys.
up. It's cute.
Send your questions. Oh, I got this one. I'm so worried. Don't worry, I got this one in my hand. And the one I just spit out towards the camera. Send your questions on Twitter using hashtag TableTalk on reddit.com/r/SourceFed or in the comment section of these videos. Thank you so much to Tony.
Tony!
Tony, thank you. Applause for everybody. Bigger applause, goddammit. There you go. And we'll see you next time. Hey! It'd be really cool if a big band started playing and I could point out. I would just
Thank
say
you so much.
that if I could clap, I would make $1 pop out when my hands separated.
Okay, I see why people prefer this one. It's like the most chill out of all of them. It's just like, hey, I'm rich.